اب ہم درخواست کریں گے نفیس زکریا منسٹر پولیٹیکل پاکستان ہائی کمیشن کہ آپ اپنے ویلیوبل خیالات سے.
بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. محترم منسٹر صاحب، لارڈ احمد، معزز خواتین حضرات، جب میں نے یہ ٹاپک دیکھا تو ایک تو ٹاپک مجھے پوری طرح سمجھ میں نہیں آیا. میں یہی سمجھا، شاید جس نے بھی ٹاپک سجیسٹ کیا تھا وہ یہ ہے کہ طالبان جو ہیں وہ ہیں اور سارے چیلنجز جو ہیں اس سے متعلقہ پاکستان کو پاکستان کو فیس کر رہا ہے. اس کے علاوہ میں سمجھا تھا شاید کہ یہاں پہ برٹش نیشنلز بھی ہوں گے. ویسے تو آپ بہت سارے برٹش نیشنل ہوں گے، لیکن میرا مطلب ہے کہ وائٹ برٹش. تو اس وجہ سے میں نے وقت نہ ضائع کرنے کے پوائنٹ آف ویو سے مجھے بتایا گیا تھا کہ ٹائم بھی لمیٹڈ ہوگا، تو کچھ میرے خیالات تھے جو میں نے ان کو جاٹ ڈاؤن کیا ہے، اور میں اگر اجازت ہو تو اس کو میں اسی ترتیب میں لیکن میں آپ کو ایک بات بتا دوں کہ بیسیکلی میں نے منسٹر صاحب سے بھی شروع میں بتایا تھا کہ میں طالبان کو کوئی خاص اہمیت دیتا نہیں. میرے نزدیک طالبان جو ہے وہ نان اینٹی ہے. ہمارے چیلنجز جو ہیں ان کی نوعیت، ان کے بارے میں جو میرے خیالات ہیں، میری اصل میں دو میں اپنی حیثیت سمجھتا ہوں، ایک پاکستانی کی اور دوسرا گورنمنٹ سرونٹ ہوں. تو اس حوالے سے جو بھی میں خیالات اپنے میرے خیالات کی ترجمانی جو کر رہے ہیں یہاں پہ جو میں نے لکھا ہے، اس سے آپ کو اندازہ ہو جائے گا کہ میں دونوں جذبے سے چلتا ہوں. ایک تو یہ ہے کہ گورنمنٹ جو ہے وہ کیا کہتی ہے اور اس کو کس طرح سے لے کے چلنا ہے گورنمنٹ کے لائن کو، لیکن اس سے بڑھ کر پاکستان کی کیا ریکوائرمنٹ ہے، میں اس کے بارے میں بات کرنا چاہتا ہوں. I'll begin with these words. In my view, the topic of today's discussion on all such topics are distractions, though it afforded me an opportunity to dwell on other pressing issues. Taliban are just a recent phenomenon. Taliban, in my opinion, only provide an excuse for foreign elements to pursue their strategic interest in the region for which Pakistan, our country, has been used time and again. The motives behind Taliban's creation, using them as a rationale for external power to play their games, is not something that people do not understand. People do understand these things. The challenge for Pakistan is to understand that game plan, and determine how not to fall prey to this trap. Pakistan's challenges existed in different manifestations since its inception in August 1947. They are not specific to Taliban. Rather, it can be said that our unattended challenges are the reason that paved the way for Pakistan, for people like Taliban to have ingress into our society. Regrettably, we did not do enough, and here I am blaming everyone, including the bureaucrats, including all those who have been in power, including the people, general public at the grassroots level. We did not do enough to address our challenges. The most important pillar, that is bureaucratic institutions, remained in despondency and therefore could not deliver what was required of them. Galvanizing their strength in the right direction is a challenge. Even at the individual level, majority of the people in Pakistan remain reluctant to do their part. This is Pakistan's challenge, how to make them feel responsible. And this is where I believe that my thoughts would coincide with what Mr. J. Sadiq had said. The challenge is how to instill the sense of nationalism and national pride that is declining, especially among our youth, which comprises more than 60% of Pakistan's population. The challenge for the governments at both federal and provincial levels is to ensure that we all rise above the provincial level interest and set goals that are aligned with the national goals. Our challenge is to how to address the lack of education, particularly the higher education, inadequate allocation of funds for the education sector, and scientific research is not something which makes us feel proud and give us confidence for the future. Making education a top priority sector is a challenge, because if you look at the allocations even at the provincial levels, there's just bare minimum. Alignment of education to the market demands is a challenge. This is a concept which needs to be understood, because what we teach at our institutions, when our graduate goes out, he finds that what he has learned from that institution has no application in the market. And even our higher education institutions have this problem, because we are not aligned with the industries who require manpower and those specialized fields. I can go on and on to say these things, but I think it would be suffice to say that we need to align our education to the market demands. Now, education is intrinsically linked to the poverty alleviation. Poverty remains the most important factor behind the ills and the challenges that we are facing today. We are facing multitude of challenges of different magnitude, but there is a time constraint, because this is a time constraint factor that we won't be able to go on and on to discuss all the issues. But I must say that, like another speaker said, it's not just Pakistan which is facing challenges and the problem. Every country faces more or less similar challenges of comparable intensities. But the difference is how a nation overcomes its challenges. Unfortunately, we as a nation could neither exhibit our ability nor the required spirit. This inability of a nation can be attributed to the lack of sense of direction. The direction comes from the state institutions. The leadership derives its strength from the strength of the state institutions, which largely depends on the continuity of a civilian and democratically elected government. I think this is our challenge, because we are still struggling with it. If we can address the issues that I highlighted, then Taliban or their species will automatically cease to exist, or at least become irrelevant. Thank you very much for listening.